Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Salty Country. It's Saturday, the 4th of January. All right, I borrowed a laser from work. So the plan today is I'm going to get out here, get Melody to help me, and we're going to try to fine tune this pad and get it on grade. So, I got to do a little bit of maintenance on the Bobcat. There's some snap rings on my lift arms down by the bob attach that I'm going to see if I can get those on. If I can find my snap ring pliers, I'll take care of that. And then I think once we get the pad on grade, I've got to cut 3 or 4 more feet out right here. And then I have to cut out for the lean-to. So the plan is today to get this thing fine-tuned as best as possible. Tomorrow we've got rain, bad weather coming in, and then all next week it's going to be cold, and toward the end of the week they're saying we're going to have snow. So if I can get this pad on grade, I'm going to let it sit for a week or two until the weather gets better, let it rain on it. Rain is one of the best ways to compact soil. It gets all the air pockets out of it. So that's the plan. It's chilly this morning, 26 degrees, and it's supposed to warm up to about mid-40s, I think. But we're going to try to make a productive day out of it. So stick around, and we're going to fine-tune this pad. And I'm also going to, if you're not familiar with using a laser, I'm going to show you the step-by-step how to set one up and how to use it. This type laser, you can do it with 2 people, 1 person on the machine and 1 person holding the grade rod. It's very simple. A lot of people are intimidated by it because they haven't used them before. We use them a lot in construction. So when I get ready to start fine-tuning this building pad and getting the grade right, I'll show a step-by-step of how to set a laser up and how to use it. So stick around and let's see how we do today. All right, I've got the laser out here. All right, these lasers come with a tripod typically, and I'm going to set this one up kind of low today because I don't want the laser eye to be high on the rod. So here's the laser head. It's got a threaded part. You try to get this as level as possible, just eyeballing it. If you're not sure about it, get you a level and just set on this and you can get it close. Once you turn this on, it'll auto level itself, but you have to have it close. You can't have it way off. You can't have this like at a steep angle because it doesn't have enough adjustment with the head. All right, it's got a threaded piece in the tripod. You screw that piece up in the laser and you just snug it up. All right, that's snug. All right, this is a laser eye, and I want to explain this head is going to spin with a laser beam, and this right here is going to read it. So this will have to be at that level. So I just got this on the rod for right now. Once we get this on and it's spinning properly, we'll go down there, we'll adjust the eye, and we're setting that grade. So what I'm going to do once I set that grade, I'm going to walk around and compare the rest of the pad to that grade that I shot, so I can come up with there's going to be a high spot in this thing, and there's going to be a low spot. I want to kind of get somewhere in the middle of that high and low, so that I can take from the high area and put it in the low, walk it in. That way I'm not moving as much dirt. Now when we cut out for the lean-to, I'm probably going to have some extra dirt there, and I'm just going to use that to lessen the slopes so they're not as steep. Right now they're probably a 1-to-1. We'll probably get them a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. And what that means is, for every 1 foot out, you're dropping a foot on a 1-to-1. And for every 2 foot out, you're dropping a foot. So that means your slope is kind of coming up like that. So if you ever hear those terms, 1-to-1 slope, 2-to-1 slope, 3-to-1 slope, or whatever, that's how that comes into play. All right, I've never used this laser. I just borrowed it from the guys. This is typically how this thing works. So we're going to turn her on. I can hear it adjusting. Once it gets itself leveled, that head should start spinning. All right, there it goes. Melody, if you want to come up here and just see. So this thing has done its thing. It's got itself leveled. It's perfectly level. You do not want to bump this. If you do bump it, it's not the end of the world. You just reset this up, let it re-level itself, and go re-establish this at your reference benchmark. So you want to establish a benchmark is like your reference point. So, all right, so I'm going to turn the eye on. All right, this thing's going to beep when I get it. All right, you hear that? That means that laser is picking up in this range. When it gets perfectly level, it's got a line on here, the tone will just be a solid tone. So that, all right, did you hear the difference in the tones? Fast tone means that I need to go down. We'll listen to it again. See how it's beeping real fast? Level. Slower tone means you need to come up to get to your level mark. These things are very sensitive. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this thing perfectly level. So it's beeping slow. It means I come up. All right. All right, so I'm at 4 foot. This is intense. So I'm at 4 point. I'm going to take my pencil and mark this just as a reference. There's a lot of pencil marks on here. The guys mark it so they can reference back to it. And I'll put me a reference. All right, so we're just under 4 feet 2/10. All right, so it's saying that needs to come down. And it'll show you a little arrow. Okay, right here at the edge, it shows that I need to come up about an inch. All right, right here in the middle says down, and you can lean this. So it's close. It's probably within a ½ inch or so. And this is all from us just eyeballing this thing when we put it in. All right, so I'm probably an inch and a half low in some of these areas. I'm high right here. Let me push down on this dirt. So that right there, this little fluffy dirt is probably an inch high, and back here is going to be low. And how I'm coming to the fact that I'm low or high is I look at the bottom of the stick and this reading. All right, so this is going to tell I'm sitting on the ground and it's not reading, so that means I got to come up. So I'm about an inch and a half low right here. Pretty close, but this right here is low. See, I went from being fairly close to in that track, probably 2 inches, 3 inches low in that track right there. All right, I'm gonna start over here at this corner and see what I've got. I gotta get, you gotta have sight to that eye. I'm pretty close in this corner to that point I first set up on over there. All right, so let's check it right here. All right, so I'm high right here. Probably about an inch high. And it's a little more, it's just experience as far as how far you lean the grade rod to about how much you got to go down. But once you use one of these things for a while, you'll get the hang of it. So I'm probably a couple inches high right there. Probably the same right there. Let's check this spot right here. I'm probably 3/4 of an inch low right there. So I think we're going to go with this. All right, let me turn this around. So, all right, so I think I'm going to go with this elevation for the pad. And we'll try to fine tune it. I'm going to start on this side, cutting here, and I'm going to go ahead when I first start and cut out another 3 foot or so. So I have 3 foot outside the building on the slope side, so the guys can set up a ladder and that kind of stuff when they put the building up. They ask for 3 foot clearance all around the building, so that's what we're gonna have to give them. All right, now that this thing is set up, as long as you don't move it, you can turn them off. They don't have to run the whole time. So I'm going to turn this eye off. I'm going to lay it right here by my transit, or by the laser, and I'm going to turn it off. So when I get ready to shoot great again, all I got to do is turn it on. All right, I'm going to get out here and see if I can get the Bobcat fired up. It's chilly this morning. See if them glow plugs will get her to where she'll fire up. If you have to lean it, tell me down. If you have to pick it up, tell me up. I'm too low. put some gravel on it so I can get it pretty. I didn't shoot this corner a while ago. That's 4 inches low right there. 6 right there. I may have to take that upper side down a little bit. All right. This right here is looking good. This is a couple passes on this, but I think I'm gonna have to take this down. I must take that upper side down just so I have enough dirt, probably a tenth. Yeah, so I'm going to have to clip a tenth off of this. That'll raise that a tenth and I'll be generating dirt and I can fill in that 4 inches or so. I'm low on that side. All right, we're going to continue on and we'll check back in later. All right, we got it close. Need some just very fine tuning. I got cut out for the lean-to. I'll have to do some grading on this upper side here once I get my concrete in. And I'm gonna have to cut a swell where the excavator setting so that water can get out from the carport area, kind of go around the building there and go down the hill. But I'll cut all that in after we get concrete in. Took me probably half the day. And I stopped during that time to go eat, and then I had to go get some more fuel. So probably an hour of that I wasn't working out here. But walk the slope in over here. Over here on this side, I'm gonna take the excavator and go down this slope and just pack that in. Keep it from wanting to wash when it rains. But productive day. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Very productive day. Haven't decided if I'm gonna put stone under the pad yet or not. I'm kind of leaning toward doing it, but I'll have to decide. Got rain coming tomorrow, so just then to get some rain on it, I'll make sure everything stays like it needs to. It'll help compact a little bit too. So anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up. I want to thank everyone for watching. Remember, if you like our content, subscribe, share it with your friends. We'll see you on the next one.